What's good? I'm in San Antonio today, downtown San Antonio, Texas. Going over to the Alamo because when you're in downtown San Antonio, that's what you do. Right next to the Alamo is a cool little outdoor shopping, dining kind of area called the Riverwalk. Probably go check that out for a minute. It is Texas. It's summer. It's a little bit sweaty out here, but I'm gonna brave the elements, hopefully not sweat too much while I talk to you, and go check out a little bit of local history here in San Antonio. You guys going into battle?
No battle.
Okay.
That's cool.
What's happening? I'm here at the Alamo in San Antonio, downtown. Now, of course, everybody knows about the Alamo. Big part of Texas history. Most people don't know that the Alamo was actually lost. The Battle of the Alamo was from something like February 23rd, I believe, till March 6th of 1836. Battle of the Alamo was a pivotal event in the Texas Revolution. Now, after a 13-day siege here at the Alamo, the Mexican troops reclaimed the Alamo, killing almost all the Texans that were inside and around it, protecting it. But while that was a huge loss to the original part of the war and Texas Revolution, what it ended up doing is invigorating a bunch of the Texans, of the Tejanos, and they all formed together and in great numbers were inspired to join forces with the military and to eventually defeat the Mexican forces. Now, say what you will about history and who conquers who and who writes what remains afterwards, but this is a pivotal point in Texas history and American history for that matter. While most people don't realize that the Alamo was actually lost, it is something to be remembered. As they say, remember the Alamo, and by remembering the Alamo, eventually victory became a reality for the Texans. Now, I'm just going to walk around here. There are quite a bit of people out today. It is a Friday afternoon. I'm in town, not for pleasure, but for business, doing a show over here at a place called, right down the street in a cool industrial area, a lot of old train tracks and stuff, old warehouses, inside of one of which is several venues called the Rock Box and called Vibes Event Center. Today we're playing Vibes Event Center and a lot of people plan to show up. So I'm gonna just kind of mosey around here, show you a little highlights, hopefully skedaddle over to the Riverwalk, and then I'm back to work. that's just a little bit of the Riverwalk area. Quick little walkthrough of the Alamo, and I got to get back to work. The Riverwalk is quite more extensive than the little section that I walked through. It goes all through the downtown area here. A lot of cool places down here, right in the downtown San Antonio area by the Alamo. Well, I'm heading back to the venue right now. You know, I've been on tour here going in on about 3 weeks now, and several takeaways I have for sure at this time, reflecting back on the past couple weeks. Coming out here from not having worked for like a year and a half or so, took me a little while to get back in the headspace of doing my job and everything that's involved, all the little details, the planning, booking travel, and all of that sort of thing. But what it really clarified in my mind is that this is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I couldn't imagine myself in any other field of work that, I mean, it wouldn't make me happy, that's for sure. This is the only thing I can see myself doing that really truly brings me genuine happiness and utilizes a whole lot of the skill set that I've built up over the years in different jobs, whether it had been, you know, when I was a teenager working in restaurants, working catering for motion pictures over the years, all of that, guitar teching, everything culminating in a certain set of skills that, you know, I didn't even realize I had until I started the tour managing job years ago. And it really takes a weird set of skills. You're a travel agent. You're also the scheduler of the day. You might be doing payroll. You might be routing travel, of course, for the bus, booking hotel rooms, making sure VIPs are run correctly. All these little things put together, all the crazy jobs I've had in the past, built me up for success in this field today. Getting a little windy, which I don't mind, because one takeaway I have is I can't stand the humidity. But a little bit of breeze blowing through, kind of taking the temperature down a bit, knocking the humidity down a bit. I like that. Another takeaway that I've had, that I've mentioned to several people close to me, is, you know, this is a weird job and a weird business, touring on the road with music acts, being in a different town every day, and things are going to happen inevitably. As in life, bad stuff happens, whether it be blowing a tire or a generator going down, maybe something even worse. There's no way to tell what's ever going to happen. And in this line of work, and the more you do it, you can't let the little things get you down. You can't sweat the small stuff, and even the big stuff you can't sweat too much. One thing about this job, which a lot of people don't understand and probably could learn from applying to their everyday lives, no is not an answer. That old axiom, the show must go on, well, that's the reality that we live in. There is almost nothing, I mean, save a few crazy instances, that has ever caused me to cancel a show. Probably 2 cancellations in 16 years of doing this. And that's because we live by the show must go on. Whether it be blowing out a tire on a crazy country highway with nothing in sight, well, we don't get all hot and bothered about it. We all collectively have a good chuckle. Well, we've been here before, and get to getting the problem resolved, because the problem is going to be resolved, because the problem has to be resolved. And when you enter life with that kind of a mentality, no does not exist. Yes is the only option. There might be different ways to get to yes. There might be roundabout paths. You might have to reach out to people to help facilitate yes, but in the end, yes is the only option. And I know it's hard sometimes in your everyday lives to always have that sort of a move forward mentality, but in this business, if you don't have the move forward mentality, such as in life, well, you're just going to get left behind.